Hello and welcome to a brand spanking new CraftySimulations video, and welcome back to the Milvis Cessna 310R. In this case, we're flying the United States Air Force famous Blue Canoe. This aircraft hasn't featured on the simulator for quite a while. I was actually talking to somebody posted on one of my videos that this is one of their favourite aircrafts. Favourite aircraft even, and I had to admit it's a pretty damn good twin aircraft. So being that normally the twin aircraft of choice for us would be the Twin Star, the Diamond Twin Star, I said to him, I said, you know something, I need to go back to this Cessna 310. It's an amazing, amazing aircraft. So, yeah, we're back in here. We're going to be doing a small little flight, and we are going to be flying from our home base here at RAF Waddington in Lincolnshire. And actually, I don't know where we're going to go. I think we're going to keep local, but we are going to be taking a little flight in this rather absolutely fantastically created twin. But it has been a while, I will say it has been a while since I have flown this aircraft, so prepare for some rustiness and prepare for some I'm going to forget this part of the, checklist or this top part of the flight. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, I do believe I have my little nav map running. I'm not going to put that up with the flight sim today. This is just a small little flight. But yes, I am going to... This aircraft is fantastic. It has been a while since I have flown this aircraft. And I've just realised, have I got this? Yes, I have got it correct. Just remembered if I've got the actual correct control setup for a twin engine. So we've got the bot pitch, put the mixture up as well. So yeah, let's get this show on the road, because this isn't a review video, this is just me trying to remember how to fly this aircraft. So without that, we'll put the batteries on. Won't go nowhere without batteries. Alternators. Lighting, I believe, is on this side, so we shall have... no, that was strobes. Oh, nav lights on, yes, that'll do. That'll tell us that, tell everyone that we're a live aircraft. So, mixture coming, pop propellers. Set to that. I can't remember, is it low or is it high? We put fuel pumps. Start up, let's put one, both onto high. Magnetos on. So we shall prime the left engine, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 off. And let's hope that I remember how to do this. Clip up. Still. This will be the first time I've flown this aircraft in quite a while, so let's see if we can start this aircraft up. Let's go. And amazingly, I actually still remember how to start this aircraft. So, let's just check the audio first of all. Let's see if everything's working fine. We'll drop that down a little bit. Hope that works out. Avionics are now coming on. But we shall shut that up. That actually makes it sound a bit different. So we are clear on the right side. Prime 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Get off. Come on, off, thank you. I think I might have overprimed that engine there. Bottle set. Engine's clear. And we have a good start. Pull the mixture back a little bit, we don't need that. So avionics are on, just de-icer we don't need, anti-collision and strobe lights will come on the taxiway or the runway. Don't need any form of de-icing, so let's now do the navigation. So, message, go back, flight, clear that one, don't want it. I don't know why it selects XH558 as the starting point, but set origin, EGXW, Waddington. Destination, EGXW. Set, come back, map. So, message has gone off this one, so we'll have weather warning, weather radar, that'll start to load up. Mixture, sorry, fuel pumps don't need anymore. Just doing a scan of instrumentation, so our T's and P's are all in the green across both engines. Fuel quantity is checked. Press the B key to set the altimeter because we're staying in the local area. And now we shall turn on the TrackIR if I can remember how to. Hey, it actually works. Always get worried about that. Taxi lights are on. So, yep, just do a check of everything. Hey, it actually works. Like I say, it's been a while since I've flown this aircraft. So, come off the parking brake, let's go. Always wiggle the rudder just to check your nose wheel steering works, and then check the brakes. Everything comes up working. I did used to fly this aircraft quite a lot, but well, since the Diamond Twin Star came out, I haven't really gone back to this aircraft. But it is a fantastic twin. A lot of repaints available for it on flightsim.to. If you're after a particular one. I do believe, and I'm only guessing at the moment, where I live, which is not a million miles away from this airbase, there is an air museum, and it is Newark Air Museum, and there is a blue canoe sat there in a collection. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it's a 310, and I'm sure it's a militarized version. Well, I say militarized, you know, I mean, it does have US Air Force, but I'm sure it's a blue canoe. So we'll just do the checks. So we have anti-collision lights coming on, strobe lights coming on, taxi lights coming off, landing lights coming on, transponder, blah 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 blah, altitude reporting, squawking 7000, that will do nicely. No, I didn't want to press that. Well done. That's the one I wanted. Weather radar's not going to pick up much of anything. Thank you, because I don't believe there's that much weather. Mixture is full, pop pitch is full. Trim is happy. We're in the takeoff section, which I'm just going to roll that back a little bit to the middle of the takeoff section. So, let's get going. Always remember the sounds on this aircraft being absolutely fantastic. We'll sets one stage of flap. Interesting part of this aircraft. Normally you would look over the wing to check that your flaps have come down or moved and are set the way you want. In the 310, doesn't make a difference. You can't see the flaps. The flaps are actually underneath the wings. I can't remember what the technical term for that is, but you can't actually see the flaps. So we are set, ready to go. Coming off parking brake, sitting on the wheel brakes. You just love the sounds of this aircraft. It's absolutely amazing. Airspeed's alive. Aircraft practically wants to take off by itself. Tap the wheel brakes. Get it selected up. I think I might find the flaps a little bit lower than I should have. I can actually click on them, that'll be nice. Landing lights coming off. Just remember, I've got the turbulence set to realistic, so the aircraft is going to get bounced around a little bit. But it all adds to the realism. I was always impressed by this aircraft. It's a whole package that I was impressed with. You know, you've got a very accurate, very good looking cockpit matched up with what I would call great aerodynamics. You know, the aircraft feels a very well-rounded, well-created aircraft in how it reacts to the air and the terrain around it. Absolutely awesome sounds. Was always left with, when you get on the ground, it's a very good flight. I always had good flights in this aircraft. Really should fly it more. It's a very good cruise aircraft. You know, if you want to fly from one end of the country to the other, it's a very, very good aircraft. A lot of turbulence up here today. certainly getting bounced around. Something we never got on FSX, for instance, and P3D was a very good turbulence model for the flight sim. I'll be interested to know though, do you guys fly with turbulence set to realistic? I know there's different options for it. I don't think you can turn it off. I think it's at low, medium and realistic. So I like to fly with turbulence set. It gives me another challenge, especially if I'm not flying with an autopilot, I'm flying all by hand. It does make the flying a little bit interesting. We'll check the audio levels. Hope everything is coming through all right. We are definitely getting thrown around today. It's going to make the landing rather interesting. And if you're fascinated by real-world Cessna 310s, there is a channel, is it Jimmy's World, I think it is, where he saves numerous Cessna 310s. He has a soft spot for them. It's very interesting to actually see what goes into flying a 310 and what goes into living with a 310, because these are expensive aircraft to buy, expensive aircraft to run. I mean, there is no cheap aircraft, I suppose. But yeah, it's interesting to see what a real-world pilot has to put up with when it comes to these aircraft. So currently flying over RAF or ex-RAF Scampton. Not an RAF base anymore, not even an airbase in the real world. Won't go into too much as to what RAF Scampton is now. That's more political than this channel really wants to get into. Obviously in the simulator here, it is still an RAF base, so we can use it as an airbase to land at, and I do have scenery for RAF Scampton. It is fairly accurately created. But yes, a shame in reality. And we are getting absolutely buffeted. I wouldn't want to be in this aircraft in reality. we'll start our descent back into Aria Scam 2. It's going to be a quick flight. I think I'm going to bring back the Milvis 310, make future content with it, because it is a really, really good aircraft. It does deserve to be in the channel. Another great twin-engine aircraft. So, landing lights set. Mixture moving up to full. This is going to be a rather interesting landing. I've got a sneaky feeling we're going to be doing a bumpsy. I've got Warrington in the cockpit. 1 o'clock. Flaps go into one stage. Nice long approach, which I think is what we're going to need. That's the gear warning. It's the gear coming down. Trim the aircraft out. Now it's a case of watch the runway and watch your instruments at the same time. So, last of my checks, mixture is full, pop pitch is nearly open, lights, landing lights are on, flaps are one stage, gear is down and locked. Flaps going down 2 stage. Got a nice long enough runway here at RAF Warrington. Sitting at just over 100 knots. A little bit low on the glide slope. Start to pull the nose back. Throttle coming back. Waiting for the main wheels. Main wheels down. Actually, not a bad landing considering. Definitely was bumpy up there. So we are going to backtrack back up the runway. We know there's no traffic coming in behind us. Actually, no, we'll take the taxiway off here. Actually, I'm not going to backtrack. I usually take a specific taxiway off, but no need to. Perhaps coming up. So we'll just sit here and do our taxi lights set to on, landing lights coming off, anti-collision lights off, strobe lights are off, mixture is reset, don't want to be running a full mixture. Transponder is now set to standby. Do you believe that's everything? Definitely going to have to bring this aircraft back into the sim, back into my videos, I should say. It is a fantastic little aircraft. Well, I won't even say little aircraft, it's quite a big aircraft. For flight sim purposes, it is very good for, obviously, navigation. We do have very good navigational equipment here. So we can do cross-country flights. Always very impressed. I keep saying about the sounds. Sounds in Flight Simulator to me have always been very impressive, or very important, I should say. You can make an aircraft look like, you know, what aircraft it's supposed to be in reality, but you have to make it sound like the real aircraft for you to feel like you're in the real aircraft, especially nowadays when we have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, where everything looks so much more realistic than what FSX or P3D could ever do. Sounds are just so important. You might be always wondering why I fly most of my videos from RAF Waddington, which is a military base here in Lincolnshire, home of reconnaissance aviation. You must be thinking, oh, these aircraft don't obviously fly in reality from RAF Waddington. Well, yeah, okay, a Blue Canoe certainly doesn't fly from RAF Waddington, but there is an aero club here based at RAF Waddington, which I do believe has, if I can just see, yeah, that's Cessna 152. I do believe they actually have that aircraft. So, I can just look over my own microphone. Left engine off. Right engine off. Mixture pull back, cockpit's pull back, throttle pull back. Avionics are switched off, lights are switched off. Battery switched off. So, I hope you've enjoyed this little flight in the Cessna 310, a fantastic little aircraft, I must admit. I am going to, like I say, bring this back into the content. Maybe do some point-to-point flights. We've done point-to-point flights in the Twin Star, so why not do it in the Blue Canoe here? So yes, if you've got any questions or comments about this particular aircraft, please bang them below and I will get around to answering them as soon as I can. Hope you found this video fun. Hope you found this video informative, and I will see you in future Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 content very, very soon.